What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting Weavile Tapu Koko spread damage deck. Now, the idea behind this deck is that we're going to use Weavile's Rule of Evil attack to do 60 damage to all Pokemon in play that have abilities, and Tapu Koko's Flying Flip attack to spread a bunch of damage just across the board over the early turns of the game, and then come in with something like a Spiritomb, use damage play, move the counters around to take a couple prizes, use Espeon-EX's Miraculous Shine, devolve those Pokemon, or Necrozma-GX's Black Ray GX to do 100 damage to each Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX in play, take multiple prizes at a time, just get a ton of damage on the field, and take knockouts that way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Like I said, Weavile's Rule of Evil, going to do 60 damage to all of the Pokemon in play that have an ability, but it does do damage to our Pokemon that have abilities as well, including things like Tapu Lele and Necrozma. So we have to be careful with that. Be mindful of when we're going to be using that Rule of Evil attack. When is it better to use that, and when is it better to just use Flying Flip and spread a bunch of damage across the field? Now, we do have the Spiritomb. I do want to talk about this for just a minute. Damage play is a really, really cool attack. Lets us move counters from all of the benched Pokemon, not the opponent's active, just their benched Pokemon around as we like on their side of the field, which can be really nice. We could potentially take 6 prizes in one turn. On my stream the other night, I was playing this deck, and we took 8 prizes in one turn with Black Ray GX, which was really, really cool. But more often than not, we maybe will use Spiritomb to take a couple prizes. We might use Espeon to take a couple prizes. It just totally depends on the situation. And then to kind of round the Pokemon out here, we do have 2 Tapu Lele-GX with that Wonder Tag ability, letting us go and grab a supporter card. So let's go ahead and expand it here. Look at the rest of what we are working with. I am playing 1 copy of Field Blower right now. This is a little different from the list I was playing on my stream the other night, for those of you who were watching that. I decided to play this because Garbotoxin can be a little weird. It does turn off the Rule of Evil attack, so if Hex Maniac is played or Garbodor with Garbotoxin gets a tool on it, no Pokemon in play has an ability, therefore Rule of Evil does not do damage to the Pokemon that have abilities on them. Kind of a weird ruling, but it makes sense because of the wording of Hex Maniac and Garbotoxin. It does, however, do damage to Garbotoxin, the Pokemon with Garbotoxin, so that's something worth noting, I suppose. So let's go ahead, continue on here. We do have 1 Rescue Stretcher. This is really great for using Espeon multiple times in a game. If we bring it up, use Miraculous Shine once, take a couple knockouts, our opponent might be able to return, knock it out, and then we can use Rescue Stretcher to get it back. Also going to be good if we get rid of these Evolution Pokemon early, want to shuffle them back. We do have a copy of Special Charge here. DCE is really important to the deck. All of our Pokemon use colorless attacks, except for Spiritomb here does need a Dark Energy. But, you know, it's going to be really important to recycle him for more Flying Flips, to start powering up Black Ray, all those things like that. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, pretty standard stuff, going to help us get our Pokemon in play. 4 copies of VS Seeker, letting us reuse any of our supporter cards. I am playing 3 copies of Potown. I like this card a lot in this deck. If our opponent doesn't have a way to remove it, it just adds more damage to their side of the field, which is really, really great. Of course, we will take damage on our own Weaviles when we evolve, but it doesn't really make that big of a difference between having 60 HP and 90 HP on the Weavile, so I don't mind taking that little extra damage on Weavile, even though it can force our opponent to have a lot more damage taken. We're also playing a copy of Acerola. Like I said, with Weavile, we can damage our own side of the field, so we might need Acerola to pick up something like a Lele, to pick up a Necrozma, to prevent ourselves from knocking out our own Pokemon and giving our opponent free prizes that way. We're also playing 2 copies of Guzma, just going to be a nice option to bring something up on our opponent's side of the field. There's really no downside to playing Guzma over Lysander. Weavile has free retreat, Tapu Koko has free retreat. We're playing 2 Float Stones, so no problems there. We're also playing a copy of Hex Maniac. I did go up earlier against a deck that was using Mr. Mime from Generations, which can be pretty annoying with that bench barrier ability, but we have Hex Maniac. We can potentially get a little damage in play with Tapu Koko, and then maybe use something like a Spiritomb to move damage over to the Mr. Mime to knock it out, or even knock it out with something like an Energy Drive from Tapu Lele-GX. Continuing on here, we do have 3 copies of N, pretty standard stuff. Gonna let us just shuffle draw, and then also add some disruption potentially later on in the game. 1 copy of Ninja Boy. I like this card a lot. So cards like Spiritomb and cards like Necrozma require multiple attachments. So if we're Like, if I bench a Necrozma and attach an energy to it, our opponent's probably going to try to Lysander and knock it out, or Guzma and knock it out. Or same thing with the Spiritomb. If I bench a Spiritomb and attach an energy to it, our opponent's probably going to try to target that thing down because they know, oh dang, I'm going to get damage played, and it's going to do a ton of damage. But with Ninja Boy, we can kind of get around that. If we have a Koko with a DCE on it, all we need to do is Ninja Boy into Spiritomb, attach a Dark, and we're good to go. Or Ninja Boy into Necrozma, attach a Dark or another DCE or something, and we're good to go that way. Also can be good with some Lele plays to take some knockouts with Energy Drive. Lele actually does take a decent amount of knockouts in this deck as well, so something worth considering. I like Ninja Boy in this deck a lot. And then 4 copies of Sycamore just to kind of round out draw supporters, and then also 2 copies of N to round out all of the supporters, letting us grab 2 cards if one of our Pokemon was knocked out during our opponent's last turn. Going to be really good to just keep streaming some Weaviles, going to get energy, all that stuff. Going to get Bursting Balloons even can be very, very big. If our opponent attacks into a Pokemon that has a Bursting Balloon attached to it, they take 6 damage counters, which is really great. Another good way to it's just about getting damage on their side of the field. We do have 2 copies of Float Stone. Basically, everything in the deck has free retreat. But Float Stone is nice because we can potentially start Necrozma, Espeon, Spiritomb, or Lele. Want to get those guys out of there if we can. Everything retreats for 2 or less. Actually 1, except for Necrozma has a 2 retreat. So Espeon, Lele, I didn't know how much retreat Spiritomb had actually, but everything else retreats for 1 except for Necrozma, so that's pretty nice. 4 double Colorless Energy and 6 Darkness Energy to round the deck out. There's the list. We're going to go ahead, hop onto the Versus Ladder, see if we can grab a couple wins, and see how the game goes. As always, guys, if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like down below. Helps me out a ton. Lets me know that you're enjoying seeing what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm excited to play this deck. I like it a lot. Like I said, I did test this a lot on my live stream last night on twitch.tv/trainerchip. If you're not following me over there, definitely make sure you do that so you can get notified for some streams and stuff. So, a Psychic Fairy Water deck, most likely going to be a Gardevoir, which can be a close matchup. We do have Povetown to get some damage on. We have Espeon to devolve. So we'll just have to see how things go for us. We'll get Tapu Koko in this active position. Click done and see what my opponent can do. And we do see a Remoraid start. So like I said, most likely going to be Gardevoir. We're going to attach a DCE to the active. We can Ultra Ball, get rid of the Guzma, and probably won't need Float Stone now. At this point, Dark Energy will be more useful. With this, we can go get Tapu Lele and just go for a, I think an N here. I don't know, let's take a look. We might just Sycamore. How many, okay, so we prized a Weavile. Do we have our Rescue Stretcher? We do. How many Dark Energy do we have? Okay, so we would just get rid of 1 Dark Energy, but we'd also get rid of a Weavile. And Weavile can be kind of important in this matchup because Gardevoir does have an ability, so can get a lot of damage in play that way. So we're just going to go for the N here. I will go ahead and play the Povetown. I actually should have looked to see how many Povotowns we had, because Povetown's really good in this matchup, but if he doesn't have a way to bump the stadium, that can be really nice. So we'll go ahead, Ultra Ball here. Let's go get a Sneasel. Go ahead and get one of those guys in play. Let's check how many Povotowns. We did prize 1, okay. I think we prized an N and prized a Sycamore, it looks like. That should just about do it for prizes. And a DCE. Yeah, prized a DCE. Cool. Okay, so I think we covered everything. So we'll go ahead, bench the Sneasel, and we will just click done. On to my opponent's turn. Let's see what they can make happen. See if they can get this Remoraid out of the active spot. They can, of course, also use Ion Pool. I guess that's something I should have considered as an option if they want to get Povetown out of play. But that's really, really slow for them. They're not going to be able to use Diancie or anything like that. And we don't see a Diancie hit the field right then, and a Fairy Energy attached. So it looks like not much going for my opponent there. I'm really wary about benching Necrozma and attaching a DCE to it because I know it's pretty easy for my opponent to knock it out with a Gardevoir. But I think that's the best option here. We're most likely just going to go for a Tapu Koko, Flying Flip. We do get the Weavile out. Like I said, I do not mind the 30 damage. It does mean that they can knock us out with 1 energy on a Gardevoir, technically. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's just a Weavile, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and Flying Flip, spread some damage, and see what they can do. They may just be holding on to like rare candy Gardevoirs. We'll see what they can get going. Do they have the turn 2 Gardevoir? They could also go with a something along the lines of a Octillery to let them draw some more cards. But we'll just have to see what they can do. Do they have another supporter to follow up after the Bridget? That is going to be the question. There's an Ultra Ball, so they can at least find a Lele or an Octillery maybe. Gets rid of a DCE and a Choice Band. So let's see. Gonna go get the Diancie, actually. So maybe we'll see Float Stone, Diancie, Energy? That would make sense. Energy, do we see a Float Stone? No Octillery. So we'll see if they can draw a Float Stone here off of the Abyssal Hand and get off the Sparkling Wish. Something else that's annoying is Diamond Storm. Healing 30 damage from each Pokemon can be unfortunate since we're just trying to spread damage, but looks like the Diancie is coming through, gonna evolve the Kirlia back there. And worth noting that Po-Town does not come into effect because they're not playing it from their hand. So we'll go ahead, we will attach here to Weavile. We could knock out the Octillery, but I kind of want to save that for a turn whenever using Weavile for a turn, like later on, I think. So we could just end here. We don't really need to Guzma anything. We could just Flying Flip and chill. Hold on to the VS Seekers to use later for like Ninja Boys and stuff. But I think we should just go ahead and in. I think that's probably just the best option. So we'll go ahead and grab an in. We'll throw a Float Stone down onto the Lele, I think. I think once we send up Necrozma, we're just going to be expecting it to get knocked out. So that's fine, and we'll just go ahead and go for an in. We could put a Bursting Balloon on Tapu Koko, but I think that we might want to save that. I'm feeling like my opponent will just want to chill and set up with Diamond or Sparkling Wish, so we could. I think we might just hold the Bursting Balloon here. We'll just go for a Flying Flip. We will knock out Octillery next turn, excuse me, and if he doesn't evolve these Kirlias, these Raltses, we will knock them out with another Flying Flip. Rare Candy Gardevoir coming out, though. So there's one Gardevoir. Does take 30 damage from the Po-Town. Secret Spring, gonna put an energy back there on the Gardevoir. DCE comes out as well, and Abyssal Hand gonna draw a couple of cards. Choice Band's gonna go on to the Gardevoir. And I would be pretty sad if he Lysandered my Necrozma, not gonna lie. Maybe could have put a Bursting Balloon on that to prevent that, but he's gonna go get probably a Guzma or a Lysander here. Most likely Guzma if he has it, and take a knockout on Necrozma. That's why I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to bench it. But yeah, sure enough, Guzma comes out. So Bursting Balloon on there might have been the play. But we just see the Infinite Force for 180 damage, exact math, plenty to knock out Necrozma. We'll just bring up Koko. We will be able to knock out Octillery. We could do it with Weavile. That gets a little more damage in play, but then we're not... If we do this, we'll knock out Ralts and Octillery. But if we attack with Weavile, we knock out Octillery and get damage on Lele and the Gardevoir. Do we have Teammates in here? We do. So I think we'll go Teammates. And we're going to try to set up the Espeon-EX play for next turn. Where if we do 20 and he manually evolves this Kirlia, we can devolve it. We can devolve this, so we go get Espeon. We have plenty of energy. Should we get a DCE to attach it to Koko? Maybe we'll get a Ninja Boy. Oh, no, we prize Ninja Boy. That's something we should have noted. Maybe we just get another Sneasel here then. Yeah. I guess we could have gotten it via Seeker. That would have worked as well, but we'll go ahead and put Sneasel down. Bursting Balloon to this guy, and we'll just Flying Flip. I don't want to bench Espeon because he can easily Lysander it. So we do take 2 knockouts here at least. Maybe we can get the Ninja Boy here. We get an N, so that's 1 part. And Ninja Boy, Potown. That's fine. So hopefully he doesn't get rid of the Potown. But if he doesn't, next turn, if nothing changes with our hand, next turn we will be able to use Espeon-EX's Miraculous Shine and take a knockout on a Kirlia and another Kirlia if he evolves it, or this Ralts. So we'll see what he does. Rescue Stretcher, probably going to just put the Ralts on the bench. Yep. That is what he's going to do. He may just take this turn to retreat in Miraculous Shine. Or not Miraculous Shine, Sparkling Wish. Miraculous Shine is Espeon's attack. But we see a DCE go on to Lele and a Lysander come out onto the Koko, or to the Weavile 20, 40, 60. That will be enough, actually. Oh no, he's actually going to knock us out with Gardevoir. Okay. But that's fine. We can take this turn here, in him down to 3, and then also devolve all of his stuff. We also get another Weavile. Attached to Espeon, and we'll end him down to 3. And off of this, there's a chance he just really doesn't draw much of anything. We could attach the Bursting Balloon, but I think I'm going to save it, because most likely he won't attack. Maybe it's safer to just go ahead and attach it, though. Should we go ahead and attach it to Espeon? I guess it's okay. And we'll Miraculous Shine. No reason to play the Special Charge yet. We'll just kind of hold that. So we'll take a knockout on this Ralts and this Ralts. 2 prizes. Very nice. Ninja Boy. And let's see what he brings up. Gonna bring up the DNC. And DCE. That's a good prize. Okay, so gonna evolve to Kirlia, does take 30, pretty nice. Field Blower gonna get probably rid of Potown, he's probably tired of dealing with that. He should have definitely done that before evolving to the Kirlia, for sure. Gonna get rid of Float Stone and the Potown. I guess he just knows he's gonna Sparkling Wish here, so he doesn't need to attack Espeon. Gets out a Koko. Or we get a Koko, sorry, off the end. But we do have an Ultra Ball and we do have a Lele left in the deck. So that will be an option for us. And we just top deck the Lele, nice. So if we get an energy, we can just use Rule of Evil here, get some damage out, and I think that's what we'll go for. So we'll probably just go for Sycamore here. Yeah. And we just need to find an energy. We've got a decent amount. Bursting Balloon would be nice as well. We did get the energy. So this will have 90 on it, which means we can devolve it. We do damage our own guys, but yeah. We can potentially Ninja... If we get a DCE on the top next turn, we could... Oh no, we don't have Ninja Boy in the discard, sorry. Gonna put a Float Stone on DNC. And let's see what he does. Looks like he will Infinite Force knock us out. Hex. Okay. That's fine. And we just need to find an energy for Espeon. We can devolve this. And we can Teammates for it, so not bad. We'll put Potown out in case he ends us because we don't want to draw that. We will Teammates, get us the energy we need. And 20, 40, 60, 80. We could get a DCE, and then if we top deck an... no, that's not gonna work. Probably just Bursting Balloon here. We've got VS Seekers, we've got Guzma. Yeah. We don't need another Sneasel at this point. We'll retreat. Put the Bursting Balloon on the active, so if he attacks us with Lele, that's an option. He will have 1 routes left, so we'll see if he can make anything happen with that. Should we Special Charge? I think we hold it still, and we'll just Miraculous Shine. Bring that guy down, and knock out the Kirlia. We get the Weavile off the prize. Like I said, we didn't need to bench Sneasel because that wasn't going to do much for us. If he did Energy Drive us, then we could, if we theoretically next turn top deck to Guzma, do something there. But looks like we're going to see VS Seeker probably going to end us down to 1. Yep. Do have 2 VS Seekers left, a couple draw supporter options still. There we go, VS Seeker. Gonna put back Remoraid, Ralts, and Kirlia with the Super Rod. Sparkling Wish. If we had Ninja Boy down here, we could just do something with that. But we should probably just Sycamore. We could Acerola. Yeah, we'll just Sycamore. Yeah. There's the Necrozma, there's Special Charge. No energy attachment this turn. I just want to make sure we don't lose this. We could just Miraculous Shine, and that means he can't get a Gardevoir next turn. And then that also means he has to evolve with Potown. So I kind of like that, actually. Better than just doing 20 with Koko. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. He's down a lot of his rare candies. Or actually just 1, never mind. Oops. But so if he does get Rare Candy Gardevoir here, that's something. He can win. But no, he's just going to have to evolve to Kirlia. And then we can Miraculous Shine devolve it again this turn. Actually going to looks like he's going to smack us with Lele. Energy Drive, okay. So that means we cannot Miraculous Shine here. No Ninja Boy Spiritomb options. Oh, we can Acerola and then Miraculous Shine? Yeah. We'll do that. That was our last VS Seeker, though. I don't know what's better, guys. We do only have the 1 prize, so I think that this gives us the best option, and then if he evolves it, we just win the next turn, because he can't knock this out. We'll see what happens. Gonna be a close one. If he gets like Rare Candy Gardevoir, DCE, Secret Spring. Uh-oh. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80. He needs like 6 more energies. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe he's going to go for like a Lysander play. Nope, gonna end. Okay. Didn't evolve the Kirlia wisely. But then we just retreat and Flying Flip twice and potentially win that way. We won't retreat till after the Sycamore, but we did find a Sycamore off the end of one. My opponent might be getting a little upset at that. We have gotten a little lucky. 20, 40, 60, 80. Yeah, not quite enough to knock him out. We could just... no, we're just going to do this. Retreat to Koko. 20, 40. Should we put the Bursting... 20, 40, 60, 80. If he has Lysander DCE, 20, 40, 60, 80, he wins. Even if we hit it for 20, that's 10 short of not losing. Yeah, I guess we just have to hope he doesn't have that. That's going to be really unfortunate if he got DCE Lysander. He only has one DCE left. But we'll just go for the Flying Flip. The Bursting Balloon actually doesn't matter. Sycamore, okay, so we won't lose this turn, and I think that means we should have the game wrapped up. If he evolves into Curlia, we can just retreat and Miraculous Shine. Get our last prize. We can also retreat Energy Drive, 20, 40, 60, 80. That's enough. I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Definitely, yep. Nice. We did get it. Getting a win there. Very cool deck. I like this deck so much, guys. But yeah. We'll go ahead and grab another game, see what happens. So much fun to play. Definitely can have some close games, as we just saw. So let's go ahead and grab another one and see what we can make happen. Alright, going up against Trix here, playing a Dark Fighting Colorless Metal deck. I have no idea what this could be. Dark Fighting Colorless Metal. Well, we're going to Sycamore away a ton of supporters here, it looks like. Which is fine, because we can just reuse them with VS Seekers later. Rayquaza. Oh, should have known that. Okay. Should have known that. So this should be fine, because we can... So the Dark is just he's using a Darkrai GX. Okay. So we can... all we need to do is set up Flying Flip Black Ray, most likely. This is what we're going to have to do. And should be able to take a bunch of prizes on Shaymins, if he benches 3. So all he has to do is bench 3 Shaymins, and also Weavile is super good against Rayquaza. So Hoopa's going to find 2 Rays and a Shay. And he's probably just going to want to try to end his turn by Mega Evolving here. Ultra Ball once again. Maybe just going to go get a Mega with this. Nope, he's down 2 Megas. Maybe he has Rescue Stretcher in his hand. He's playing 2 Darkrai GXs. Okay. Interesting. Benches 1. Restorations 1. That's funny that it shakes because you don't put an energy on it. And Rescue Stretcher here. Gonna shuffle those 3 back. Okay, that makes sense then. Or those 2 back, excuse me. That makes sense. And we'll just see the Shaymin. We will just see the Shaymin set up. There we go. For 6 new cards. Let's see if he can find one of those Megas. Didn't get an energy attachment on Array, which he definitely wanted. Okay, on to our turn. Weavile, not the best top deck, but we'll just attach a Bursting Balloon and Sycamore. We will go find a Weavile with the Ultra Ball, or a Sneasel. No, no DCE, unfortunately. We could grab a Necrozma, because he can't Lysander and knock out a Necrozma due to the Light's End ability. So we could just try to set up something that way. But we could also just get Sneasel, because Sneasel hits Darkrai, Shaymin, Lele, and Hoopa. So if we attack with Weavile 3 times, we also just win. But I think we'll go get Necrozma. Necrozma will be safe on the bench. And we'll just pass. Would have been good to get a Sneasel, but like I said, Necrozma will be safe. He has to play Hex Maniac in order to knock that out, and he can't Lysander and Hex Maniac in the same turn. Gonna just put a DCE onto the Ray. We see a Field Blower. Probably gonna just bump the Sky Field. Nope. Gonna bump the Bursting Balloon. If I was him, I probably would have bumped the Sky Field, maybe gotten rid of Shaman, but we'll see. Gonna be a Seeker. And what's he going to grab with this? Mallow, so he might have a Shaman-EX in his hand. He might put like Ultra Ball Fire Energy or something on top. Or not Metal Energy, sorry, not Fire Energy. Or is there already a Metal in here? There is, so he might just put Ultra Ball Mega Turbo. Yeah, I guess all he needs is Mega Turbo. Mega Turbo and then like a Shaman or something. Maybe a Hex. Maybe he's getting a Hex so he can set up that play. Gonna just Shaman. See if we can get another Mega. Doesn't look like it. Mega Turbo. And Emerald Break. Alright. So we'll send up Koko. And I think we will just go for... Teammates. And with Teammates find Sneasel DCE. And then go for Black Ray. If he doesn't have Hex, he can't KO us. I'm sure he probably has it. So Teammates, this could open up a Field Blower play. He may only play one Field Blower, though. He may only play one Field Blower. So, but he could, of course, Field Blower and get rid of the Shamans. So we could also just Flying Flip here. Spread some damage, and then next turn we can Black Ray, knock out 2 Shamans. I think it's best to just Black Ray and then go from there. Like I said, oh, nope, don't want to click Prismatic Burst. We'll go for Black Ray GX. And if he does have Hex Maniac and does get to knock us out, we can just go for a... if he does have Hex Maniac and knock us out, we can go for like a Koko or a Sneasel. If he doesn't knock us out, though, we can go for a Ninja Boy into Spiritomb, and that would just give us the win. Because there's 800 damage in play, and that's more than enough to knock out several Pokemon. So we'll see what happens. Does he have a Hex to knock out Necrozma? Maybe he doesn't remember the Light's End ability. I'm 99% sure I remember seeing Spiritomb in the deck. The only way this doesn't work is if we... Oh, nope, he's going to Lele for the... Okay, this is fine. He'll Lele, grab the Hex, and then he'll be able to knock out Necrozma. No, going to go for Skyla. Maybe he's forgetting about the Light's End ability. No, going to Acerola now. Picks up a Shaman. Okay. Maybe forgetting about Light's End. Of course, Light's End prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from colorless Pokemon. Rayquaza is indeed colorless. And yes, I think my opponent forgot. Let's see if Spiritomb is in the deck. That will just give us the win straight up. This is exciting, guys. Ninja Boy, the active. I'm 95% sure I saw it. I did indeed. And my opponent might just concede right here. Hopefully not, but we'll go ahead and damage play. No Magearna preventing this, so we'll just move one here. This will take a while. We'll give him the well played as well. This is so cool. I hope he lets us do it so we can take just all these prizes at once. Oh, this is awesome. Such a good feeling. I know this takes a long time to do, but pulling off the multiple the Ninja Boy Spiritomb. Oh man. So cool. We're not gonna take too long to do it. Like, I could take time and like knock out the Mega Ray as well, but we will just do it this way. Oh wow, that feels really good. 6 prizes in 1 turn. That is awesome. So we only need 3 more here, and we will take those 6 prizes in 1 turn. We do have enough technically to knock out the Mega Rayquaza as well. I don't want to be too greedy with it though. I think my opponent might quit after that. Seems like he's being a good sport though. Maybe he'll let me. You think he'll let me? Let's try it. Knock out the Mega Ray as well in the active. Please let me do it. Please let me do it. Looks like he's going to be a good sport about it. I would have probably conceded. Or maybe it doesn't let you concede if you're in an attacks phase. I think it does though. So thanks to my opponent for being a good sport. Tricks, if you're watching this, thanks for being a good sport and letting me get the 8 prize turn in the video. So 4 more will do it. We can just move them all from Lele. We'll just do the 2 from Hoopa, 2 from Lele. That's fine. This is so cool. I'm really excited about this deck, guys. This deck is super fun. Definitely going to be playing it a lot more on my streams because I had so much fun building it last night and now playing it. So fun. There it is. 8 prize turn. We'll click done. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Good game to my opponent. Thanks, Tricks, for being a good sport. And that was pretty sweet. That is going to do it for this video, guys. No better way to end it off than that. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for me, like I said. Make sure you're following my stream, twitch.tv/TrainerChip. That way you can see fun stuff like this get built live on stream. Wow. I can't believe it still. That was so great. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to leave a like if you enjoyed. And until next time, guys, take care.